Congrats on that first win. It had to be nice for you to see in the final 3 minutes or so your defense being really the catalyst that got you guys up.
Yeah, holding a team to 16 points in the fourth quarter is no easy feat. They're a really well-coached team. They got a number of pieces that can get it going. So I was proud of our guys' communication, like what they were able to do, figuring things out, too, within, some of our different defensive schemes. And then on the offensive end, found something out of a timeout. And, Ricky, D'Lo, and Kat on one side of the floor kind of were able to find different options out of it. So I was very happy with those guys in the fourth quarter.
Chris, go ahead.
Ryan, with the zone defense that you played frequently throughout the night, how much time are you spending on that in practice, and how much do you like going to that in certain situations, or not like going to it, perhaps?
Yes.
Just how effective was that in stretches for you guys tonight?
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it's something I've always liked. You have to pick and choose going into a camp like this, what you think are priorities for, the group and personnel wise. So I like what we were able to see tonight.
John, go ahead.
Sorry, Aaron, can I get...
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Can you kind of clarify the D'Lo not starting tonight, Ricky starting? Was it because he was late for a COVID test? Is that correct?
Yeah, we just have protocols, and, we move forward. And, I love D'Lo, and D'Lo's a professional. And some of the things that he was able to do tonight, too, some of the shots he made in the fourth quarter were really impressive. And then just him on the defensive end, I thought he had a great defensive game, too. So, big credit to him there.
John, go ahead.
Hey, Ryan, just in terms of Carl kind of fighting through some foul trouble early, but it really seemed in the fourth quarter there, that stretch where he's either scoring or assisting on every basket. How did you get him engaged and going there, and how big was that down the stretch for you guys to be able to close it out?
Yeah, no, that was Carl. Nothing I did, nothing. That's Carl. And he's playing with a heavy heart, and, he has the game ball, in honor of his mother, Jackie, and obviously we've lost a number of really great people who are very close to our group through this COVID quarantine hiatus, and Sid Hartman and Tom Hannon as well. So he's playing with a heavy heart, and he definitely played. He played in a way where he wasn't going to let us lose at the end.
And I wonder too, Ryan, just about it seemed like when the defense was struggling, even in the first half a little bit, going to Culver and Okogie on the wings, did that give you a little bit of juice in that regard, and just give you a little bit of a different element that helped you claw back into the game?
Yeah, no, it absolutely did. And I love JC's minutes tonight. I mean, really, he had 10 points, 10 rebounds, and then you talk about Josh. I mean, some of the things that he was able to do too, in fighting a guy like Blake Griffin, for a lot of the night, that was impressive. And then you look at Anthony Edwards too off the bench. For a rookie, he plays with so much force. I've said before, but he's also playing with more poise too. And I like a lot of things that all those guys did.
We'll go Jason, then Dane. Jace, go ahead.
Ryan, there certainly were growing pains tonight to endure, and I think there are probably more of those here as we're in the early part of the season. But to endure those and I guess have the group show the perseverance they did and hang around and then make the push late, how important is that to earn victories during this stretch and find different ways to win as this team continues to grow?
It's important, and it builds confidence. We know we have a tough stretch coming out of Christmas, but we build confidence here, and these guys, that locker room is really connected too. And, I think that as we move forward, there will be growing pains, but tonight we were able to fight through those and come out feeling good about ourselves.
We saw the lineups with Culver, Okogie, Rubio. How important is defense going to be, and how much is that factoring into the equation, I guess, when you're putting some of these lineups together, especially when you are in periods where you especially need stops.
Yeah. I'm not just saying it to say it, and I've been echoing the same message to our team as I am to you guys is, if you want to get more minutes, defense will get you more minutes. That's what we need. And, those guys, they earn those minutes, down the stretch, especially, to be contributors. And, they were also contributors on the offense then.
We'll do a couple more. Dane, go ahead.
Ryan, you talked about Josh potentially playing the 4 for you during training camp. And tonight he guarded Blake. Blake guarded him. What does that open up for you, being able to have Josh play in that role in terms of the guys that can play around him?
Yeah, it gives another option. I like what the fight that Josh had. Josh is a team guy. And, I went to him yesterday and said, hey, you're likely matched up on Blake to start. He said, cool. And, he knows that that's a challenge, but he's someone who welcomes challenges. And it does just open things up and gives us another option there.
It seemed that defensively, is it fair to say that you guys were much more creative, whether it be in terms of zone versus kind of what you ran last year? How much of that has just been a plan that you've been building with DV maybe over the summer?
Yeah, I mean, it was one game. We're happy with the win. We can play a lot better, though, offense and defensive end. So, I don't want to rush to say anything that, hey, we're a finished product on the defense or offensive end. But, you are right. Creativity was a word we used a lot in our staff meetings throughout these last eight months, and really diving into different zones, there's some other things too that we would like to do as we move forward that we implemented in the right situations. But that was a very important discussion point for our group as a staff this summer.
Our last question coming from TAB Deportes. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Coach. Congrats for the win. How you see Anthony Edwards in his first game as a pro tonight?
Yeah, I was really impressed. And I've been fortunate to be around a number of young rookies. And the poise that I thought he played with and letting the game come to him too was really impressive. And, he made a couple plays, a couple passes too of things that in our shoot around in our practice yesterday, we emphasized, with Detroit being a heavy male health team, he made those reads right away. And they were actually the clips that we used as our good clips at halftime. And for a young, 19 rookie, player to be able to make those reads in his first game, I was really impressed and really happy with it. And more than anything, I was just happy that he was how engaged he was with his teammates, and how confident he was with his teammates, because that's something that we need with our group.